Do you know why they laugh at you? Why they mock your efforts and dismiss your ambitions like you're a joke? Because they're scared. Scared that one day the person they underestimated will rise and become the king they never wanted to face. They call you weak, unworthy, a nobody. But have you ever asked yourself, why do they care so much about keeping you down? It's because they see something in you they refuse to admit, a fire that could consume them. They fear the moment you realize who you really are. But let's be real, they won't stop. They'll keep throwing stones, setting traps, whispering lies to make you doubt yourself. Because the one thing they can't handle is the truth. Their reign is temporary, and your rise, inevitable. Now, here's the question that separates the kings from the peasants. Will you keep crawling in the dirt they've thrown at you? Or will you rise, shatter their illusions, and take the throne they swore you could never have? In the next moment, we'll dive deep into what it takes to crush their lies, break their hold, and stand as the king you were born to be. Because becoming unstoppable isn't easy, it's war. Are you ready to fight? You think rising is a matter of luck, of waiting for some magical opportunity to come knocking? Get that weak thought out of your head. No one is coming to save you. No one will hand you the throne. If you want to be king, you have to bleed for it. You have to be willing to burn everything that holds you back, even the parts of yourself you cling to. The people standing in your way, they're not just obstacles. They're parasites. They feed on your doubt, on your fear, on your hesitation. They know that as long as you keep second-guessing yourself, they're safe. Your comfort zone is their fortress. And every time you choose to stay small, you're handing them another brick to build their walls higher. But let's talk about the real conflict here. It's not them, it's you. You are your own worst enemy. Every excuse, every moment you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," every time you avoid the hard choices, you're digging your own grave. Do you hear that voice in your head? The one that tells you you're not good enough? That voice is the assassin you let live rent-free in your mind. Do you think kings rise by listening to whispers of self-doubt? No. Kings rise by silencing them. They take the pain, the betrayal, the sleepless nights, and they turn them into fuel. You have enemies? Good. Use their hate as the fire that forges your crown. And don't think for a second this journey will be clean or easy. It's brutal. It's lonely. There will be moments when you question everything, when the weight of the world feels like it's crushing your chest. That's the moment they hope for, the moment they expect you to crumble. But here's the thing. They don't fear your failure. They fear your resilience. Every step forward you take is a crack in their foundation. Every time you refuse to quit, their illusions of control start to shatter. They don't want you to see this, but they are terrified of you. Because once you break free, there's no stopping you. But freedom has a price. You will lose people, friends, family, the ones you thought would support you. They might turn their backs. Why? Because your rise makes them question their own mediocrity. Don't take it personally. You're not here to make them comfortable. You're here to win. The battle ahead is messy, but it's necessary. You can't ascend without tearing down the lies, the doubts, and the chains they've wrapped around you. This is your fight, your war, and your destiny. And when you stand on the battlefield, bloodied but unbroken, you'll finally see it. The fear in their eyes, the cracks in their armor. They never wanted to face you because they knew the truth all along. You were always meant to be king. But what does it take to crush them completely? To not just rise, but dominate? The answer lies in the climax, where their fall becomes undeniable and your victory becomes inevitable. This is it, the moment they've dreaded, the moment you've been fighting for. The revelation they've worked so hard to bury is now staring them in the face. You are unstoppable. They see it now, don't they? The cracks in their carefully constructed lies, the fragile web of deceit they spun to keep you small. It's all unraveling. Every step you've taken, every drop of sweat and blood you've poured into this fight has led to this. And now, they have nowhere to hide. Look at them. The smug grins are gone. The arrogance replaced with panic. They're scrambling, trying to rebuild the walls you've torn down. But it's too late. They never prepared for this. They never thought you'd rise, let alone surpass them. They underestimated your hunger, your fire, and your ability to endure the unthinkable. That's their downfall. They thought you were just like them, but you're not. You are relentless. Where they crumble under pressure, you thrive. Where they retreat in fear, you charge forward. And now the tables have turned. Every insult, every betrayal, every ounce of doubt they threw at you, they've only sharpened your edge. You've become the weapon they never thought you'd forge. The revelation is brutal, isn't it? That the person they mocked, belittled, and dismissed is now the one they can't outrun. They're not just afraid of your power, they're afraid of the reflection you hold up to their failures. You've shown them what's possible, and it terrifies them because it exposes their excuses, their mediocrity, their cowardice. But this isn't just about them, is it? This is about you. This is your moment to claim what's yours. The throne wasn't given to you, you ripped it from their grasp. And now you sit at the top, not as the person you once were, but as the king they never wanted to face. And here's the most satisfying part. Their fall isn't just yours to watch, it's theirs to live. They'll feel the weight of their own words, their own actions, as they crumble under the reality they tried so hard to deny. But the revelation doesn't end here. The question is, what will you do with your crown? Will you let their fear shape your reign, or will you rise higher, break more barriers, and become the unstoppable force they'll speak of for generations? Because now, the world is watching. Your enemies have fallen, but your greatest challenge is just beginning. And in the next moment we'll uncover what it takes to cement your legacy and ensure your reign is unshakable. Are you ready to take the final step? To prove not just to them, but to yourself, that you are the king they'll never forget? Because the throne is yours, but keeping it, that's a war all its own. You've done it. You've shattered their illusions, crushed their egos, and left their lies in ruins. But don't get comfortable. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of something far greater. Because victory isn't just about winning the war, it's about owning the battlefield. Look around. What do you see? The ashes of their arrogance. The broken pieces of the chains they thought could hold you down. Ruas. The eruption of ventures. The chains they thought could hold you down. This isn't just your victory, it's their ultimate humiliation. They never wanted to face you, and now they can't escape the reality that you're everything they feared, and more. But here's the harsh truth you must face. Staying on top is harder than getting there. They'll regroup, they'll plot, they'll come at you from the shadows, desperate to reclaim the power you've stripped from them. Your rise is their nightmare, and they won't stop trying to wake up. And yet, none of that matters, because now you know what you're made of. You've walked through fire, endured betrayal, and silenced the voices that told you to quit. You are unstoppable, not because they fell, but because you chose to rise. The throne you sit on wasn't handed to you. It's soaked in the sweat of your struggle, the tears of your sacrifice, and the blood of your relentless fight. This is yours, earned with pain and courage. But let this be your warning. Kings don't rest, and warriors don't grow soft. The moment you stop fighting is the moment they'll strike again. So rise higher, push harder, and make sure your name is carved into history. In the next moment, we'll uncover how you ensure this victory isn't just temporary, but eternal. Because a king isn't remembered for rising once, he's remembered for never falling. Here's the truth. You've come this far, but this is where the real fight begins. What are you going to do now? Sit back and bask in your moment of glory, or sharpen your blade and prepare for the battles ahead? The throne isn't a place to relax, it's a place to dominate. Every day you waste is another chance for them to claw their way back. Are you ready to crush their hopes for good? To solidify your reign as untouchable? This isn't just about proving them wrong anymore. It's about proving yourself right. You've seen what happens when you rise. Now imagine what's possible when you refuse to fall. Make this the moment you stop being reactive and start being relentless. Use their fear as your fuel, their hate as your motivation, and their defeat as your legacy. If you're done with excuses, with waiting, and with hoping for change, then take action right now. The world doesn't owe you anything. It never did. But that doesn't mean you can't take everything. Rise, fight, and conquer like the king you are meant to be. With that said, thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay relentless, and until next time,